Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the World Class Championship Wrestling Review Series, and we are into November of 1984 and November 3rd, and we're back at Texas Stadium. I guess they're kind of calling this whole series the Wrestling Star Wars from the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. This is the next several weeks of programming comes from here. I think 3 or 4 weeks come from here. Big stadium feel, and we've got a couple of first run matches here. Actually, 3 of them, and some interviews along the way. But always strikes me as odd of who they feature on these types of programs. Missing Link and George Weingroff. I guess you're maybe an opener for the Star Wars feel. I don't really know, but anyhow, neither guy really has clear direction. Skandor Akbar is your manager for the Link, of course. Weingroff, as mentioned several times before, journeyman wrestler. And Missing Link goes with almost like a biting headbutt, for lack of a better term, because I mean he strikes like a snake with the headbutt. Hits a sliding headbutt too. Just so much selling and just amazing stuff. The more I watch Link, the more I like him because he does so little, but yet you think he's doing something really cool and different. I think guys today could learn a lot from the mannerisms of the Link and getting a gimmick over. Um, anyway, series of headbutts by the Link, as is to be expected. Weingroff tries to fight back, doesn't get very far. Actually, strikes the guy so hard he falls down. And Link kind of stalks. Best way to describe him is he's a stalker around the ring, and he gets that done pretty simply. Headbutt right to the chest of the his opponent Weingroff. Link goes to the top rope and hits a diving headbutt to the, I guess, the shoulder slash back area. 1, 2, 3, win for the Link. And we move on to the next match, tag team affair. Kelly Kiniski and El Diablo versus the Fantastics. The Fantastics, of course, are a mainstay tag team in the area. And Bobby Fulton, Tommy Rogers, obviously big deal tag team in the UWF for several years. Big deal in the Southern Territories as well. Going to be a big deal here in World Class for about 6 months, as the Midnight Express will be coming in soon. I don't know that they're here. I think they come in December. I haven't come across them yet, but they are definitely on the way. And Fantastics, if you're not familiar, think of them kind of like predecessors to the Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express, another team in that nature. Maybe the Fabulous Ones thrown in there too, but babyface tag team, known for double team maneuvers, known for working together. Tommy Rogers comes up with the armbar on Kiniski. Kiniski still, after all this time, has not found a discernible program per se. Amazing and looks kind of interesting, but Tommy Rogers looks almost small in the ring with Kiniski. Fantastics make some switches along the way. Don't know if they're considered heels here or baby faces. I would assume baby faces, both by crowd reaction and by their looks. I mean, I can imagine the ladies being Fantastic fans. Obviously, when they're in there with the Midnight Express, a few months they will be baby faces for sure. But needless to say, the Fantastics are uh, doing quite well. An atomic drop by um, good old Kelly Kiniski, and tag off on a regular basis between the heels. Um, Big backbreaker by Kiniski, and again cut off of the ring, getting sympathy on what have to be the baby faces by this point in the match anyway. And we kind of move forward through what tends to be a longer match, believe it or not, in comparison. The crowd in Texas, quite a big deal as well. Uh, and, you know, Kaniski and his partner are struggling, to say the very least, to gain what they believe to be victories. And you actually see the baby faces kind of when they go into having to defend themselves at any level or go into that crowd at any level. That's a big deal too. Blind tag by Tommy Rogers into the ring, and he hits a top rope splash that would rival many done today. Gets the victory for the Fantastics. Good way for them to begin. We then see a music video touring Texas Stadium, featuring Iceman King Parsons as the main body of the feature. We then move into the six-man tag team main event: Gino Hernandez, Chris Adams, and Jake Roberts versus the Von Erichs and the other Fulton brother here. Just interesting in that the six-man champions are still hotly contested here in 1984. They would be up through almost the end of the promotion. Gino Hernandez, of course, still having several of the singles titles for the promotion as well. Jake Roberts is announced as being from Louisiana and getting a good conversation going with Nicola Roberts and Chris Adams, mocking the fans, making fun of the fans wherever he can. Gary Hart, glad to oversee everything taking place here. Amazing that we don't see more of a blow-off for the Von Erich and Adams thing. Maybe they're trying to get that, to another level. But Kerry Von Erich, last time he's in this big a venue, obviously the World Championship opportunity and win for him. Has to be bittersweet, losing your brother within a year and a little more. Bobby Fulton is their six-man tag team partner. Of course, the brother to one half of the Fantastics as well. And interesting there. I mean, hey, you kind of go in a direction where you got to fill in with people. Interesting too that always when there's the stadium shows, there's different talent that comes through. Sometimes only for the stadium show, or maybe one TV after it. But they're given 10, 11 minutes here. Fulton and Gino are doing quite well. Tag off there. Gino heads for lower ground in a hurry after taking a drop kick. Jake Roberts does not want to go into this one, but does anyway. And Roberts, always has had good punches, and uses them here. Gary Hart trying to direct traffic on the outside of the ring for the majority of the contest. Does not like the fact that the Von Erichs are in any way kind of leading things in their direction. Jake Roberts actually backs off from Mike Von Erich at a point, and that's kind of weird to see. Roberts backing off from anybody at this point. He's pretty tough. Bobby Fulton comes back in, and he's not particularly overly eager, but he knows how to fire up a crowd, and that begins to be evident here. This match certainly more on the action scale than average. Just in terms of having 6 moving parts in there, all of whom are willing and capable and regular in bumping around for each other. Also, the adrenaline of the stadium crowd certainly helps. Kerry Von Erich, obviously, not too far removed from his world championship run and the adrenaline thereof. Jake and Kerry do square off in this one a bit, which I don't think we've seen them in singles yet. Kind of one of those matches where you don't really know you want to see something until you see it, and it's like, hey, I wouldn't mind seeing Jake and Kerry go at it 1-on-1. Although, if anybody's going to get a good match out of Kerry psychology-wise, I think Jake Roberts would be it. Anyway, Kerry and Jake do square off, and Kerry with those the wild punches, wider punches than average. Kerry also gets kicked from behind by one of his adversaries, breaking the fall up. Mike Von Erich finds himself in dangerous territory for several minutes as uh, Gino Hernandez kind of tries to cut him off from the rest of the world. It is a victory, however, for the Gary Hart tandem, or trio rather. And they do walk away with the six-man belts. And the post-match, we see a celebration. Hart's trio is by far extremely happy to be the six-man tag team champions. Another belt for Gino Hernandez. Championship belt, which is rare for Jake Roberts and Chris Adams, back on top of the world. We will continue this in our next episode, as I think there's at least 2 or 3 versions of the world class being from Texas, the Cotton Bowl Stadium. Anyway, till next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.